Hello there, my name is Wale Farrell. I'm a tech entrepreneur and this is Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. This week in our analysis segment, we will review Apple's new valuation of $1.8 trillion and Microsoft's interest to acquire TikTok. And don't forget the number of the week, which happens during the show. It's all packed, so let's get started. Apple is officially the world's most valuable publicly listed company as at the end of trading last Friday, July 31st, 2020, with a record market capitalization of $1.817 trillion. I guess you can say that the volatility of the stock market has only positively impacted the tech giant. Remember, they recently hit the $1.5 trillion mark. With this, the company is now the most valuable company, not just tech, the most valuable company in the world, unseating Saudi oil giant Aramco. Apple shares closed at 10.47% up on Friday, boosting its stock, and has completely recovered from its low point in March earlier this year. As it stands, the shares are up by about 44% this year, regardless of COVID-19. So what's driving this growth? Let's take a look at it from three different lenses. One, legacy positioning. Over a period of time, the company has positioned itself as a manufacturer of premium products, so they can command higher than the competition. So while others are in a price war, it can spend more time with innovation and offer unique value proposition. It's no wonder why many of its users are loyal to the brand and most strive to be a part of its offering. Even though the sales of iPhone has not seen tremendous growth, the service business is growing rapidly and expectation of new products is driving investors' expectations and confidence. 2. Stock split. The company also announced its fifth stock split in its entire history as it hits $400 per share. Apple said it will enact a 4-for-1 split, which appeals to a broader base of investors, making its shares much more affordable for investors, a move that will very much appeal to investors and possibly propel its share price even way after the split has happened later this August. And 3, reinvention through acquisition. The company is said to have acquired over 100 different companies since 1988. This year, it acquired startup Dark Sky, a popular weather app, and a virtual reality company, VR broadcast called NextVR. But the most recent one is MobiWave, a startup with technology that convert iPhones into mobile payment terminals. Talking about fintech. In the end, Apple's rise to where it is today began with innovation, and although some say the company may have lost its innovative edge since Steve Jobs, and that it's right on its name to keep driving sales, we still see Apple continue to announce advances to its technology, and by so doing keeps heightening the demand for its products and services, and in turn it's driving revenue, profit and stock price. So our last story on this segment. Recall a few weeks ago we talked about US wanting to ban TikTok in the US. From the look of things, that might be on hold as the president has now reversed his earlier stance and given Microsoft the green light to bid for TikTok. Trump had before stated that he did not favor a deal to let a US company buy TikTok's American operation and that he had the full authority to ban it. But after a phone call over the weekend with the Microsoft CEO, there appears to be a change in plans, and Microsoft has announced that they will be pursuing a deal to possibly buy TikTok's operation in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, according to reports from CNBC. Worthy of note, however, is the American government is expecting a chunk of the sale price in our account. the president said a very substantial portion of that price is going to have to come to the Treasury of the United States because we're making it possible for this deal to happen, end quote. But should the government in the US or anywhere else be getting involved in deals of private companies? If the deal goes through and the payment is being made to the US government, it will become a significant game changer in government involvement in private proceedings. It could even be the beginning of other governments around the world doing the same thing. However, in this case, I see the government's involvement is important. I see how the government's involvement is important because of the background and concerns around security and data use. But ordinarily, there really shouldn't be any interference from the government or any other external bodies except for regulatory and antitrust purposes. Regardless, TikTok could still get banned if the proposed Microsoft acquisition is not done by September 12th. Let's assume for a second that the issue around data privacy rises to the level of constituting danger to national security. One could argue that there are a few other ways that the US government could be handling this matter, and they include the following. 1. The US government could insist on a TikTok IPO in the US, which gives the government more regulatory rights on the company. 2. The US government could put in place regulatory and compliance guidelines that ensures data flow from the app usage in the US does not leave the country under any circumstance. And 3. The US government could moderate a fair and open acquisition that doesn't favor any particular US company, as it is favoring Microsoft in this case. Although ByteSize has continuously denied the allegation that information of its users, of its US users in particular, are being transferred to the Chinese government, US officials are still concerned for the nation's security and have made this very clear to its citizens. Nonetheless, there has been outrage on the internet and an outpouring of support for TikTok against proposed ban in recent days. Videos with #hashban has been seen more than 620 million times by Sunday on TikTok. Free speech advocates also had their 2 cents to give, saying shutting down a platform that allows Americans communicate with each other harms freedom of speech online and does nothing to the broader problem of unjustified government surveillance. There's also been viral TikTok tutorial videos giving users hacks on how to keep using the app if it winds up getting banned in the US. We'll keep an eye on this story, and as always, we'll report back here on Tech Roundup. Our number of the week is 185 million. That's the number of iPhones sold in 2019. Although it was a 10% drop from the previous year, but it was still the best-selling tech product for 2019. As always, we'd like to hear your comments and feedback. So please connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter at Wale Faron, and subscribe to the Tech Roundup YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Also like us on Facebook and Instagram and be part of our ever vibrant tech community. Have a great week ahead. Goodbye.